Alright you guys, so welcome back to my channel. I am really excited for today's video because I do have the new Fenty powder, and let me be honest with y'all, okay? So y'all know I love my Makeup Forever powder. I use it all the time. So funny enough, I wasn't gonna pick up the Fenty powder, you guys. I know it seems shocking just because I really do have a favorite powder, but then I saw 10 comments, 20 comments, and so on like, ChiChi, where's the powder? So I was like, all right, let me go ahead and buy it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. So yeah, I'm really excited to go ahead and try this out and see how it works on the skin. But before we do that, make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and let's jump right into the video. So let me grab the powder for you guys and show you what I got, and then also pull out the receipt as well. So I got the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Powder Foundation. I got it in the shade 420. And to be honest, I keep saying this over and over, but I'm not 420, I'm not 430. If Rihanna was to come out with 425, that would be my perfect shade, you guys. So hopefully this year she does go ahead and bring it out, because 425 would be like the perfect undertone for me. But I feel like at this point, a lot of people are 420, not because we really are, but that's all we can really work with. So that's the shade I got. And then also, I paid about $36 for this. So I don't know, I feel like it's a little bit up there, you know, for a powder, but at the same time, once I try it out, I'll see if it's worth the price. And that's all I have for that. Now let's talk about the claims on the back of the box. So it claims to be a medium to full coverage for all, lightest air, flawless filter effect powder. And that's all I see on here. I thought they would have more in here, but it's a soft matte powder foundation. Now, being honest with you guys, honestly, when it comes to powder foundations, I just use it to set my liquid foundation. I never really wear it by itself, but I do remember when I used to go to work, I would use a light coverage powder on my face just because I really didn't need to do too much. So I'll show you guys that foundation routine that I do with just this powder and a little bit of foundation. Now, I already went ahead and primed my face, and what I'm going to do now is, when it comes to my powder foundation, what I typically do is I grab a foundation that's very similar to my skin tone. It is not super light or super dark. It's almost very on point. But then also with this, I don't put it all over. You guys know I've done this video before, but what I do is I put it under my eyes, cover up any dark spots I have on my face and hyperpigmentation, and that's it. And then we'll go in with this powder all over. So for this routine, I'm using my Cover FX Power Play foundation in the shade G100, as y'all can see right there. I'm going to take a little bit of this all over the parts that, you know, I have hyperpigmentation, dark marks, and all of that, and just really cover up those areas. So let me put my hair back, and y'all can just see that I'm just dabbing it in the areas that really do need it. And also, I forgot my manners, you guys. Happy New Year. Like, we are in 2021. 2020 is over. Okay, I am so happy, and I don't know what it is, but in my heart, I feel like this year is going to be such a good year, at least for me and a lot of people that I know. But it seems almost promising, so I'm really excited to see, you know, what happens this year, and I hope you guys are as well. But if you don't mind, below, let me know what are some of your, you know, goals for this year, what you plan to do, and all of that. For me, right off the back, I'm just focused on my business, of course. You guys know about that. But then also, I want to travel more this year, just because last year with COVID, I was trying to be safe and all of that. So hopefully it does clear up a little bit more this year, and then I'll probably travel, because I really want to go to Greece. I think it's like Greece, Hawaii. Bora Bora is a little bit out there. That's like a honeymoon, you know, vibe. But I don't know. We'll see where I end up this year. But that is my main plan as of now. And also with this foundation, the reason why I love using this as a, you know, spot corrector is because it has like this tacky feeling to it, so it lasts all day on the skin. Like, I really don't even need to set it, just being honest, but it really stays on the skin nicely throughout the day. And y'all can see, like, I don't have foundation all over, just in these areas right here, and my skin is already looking really good. And then for the under eyes, I'm actually going to use a little bit of my Pat McGrath concealer, just a little bit, because my dark circles, y'all, are out there. So let me apply a little bit just to add some highlight. And I'm going to use my sponge actually to blend it out so I can make it a little bit more natural on the skin. All right, so it's finally time for the powder, and let me get it out for you guys so we can see what the packaging looks like, because I know she always has cute packaging. So here it is right here. And then this is what the back looks like. I got the shade 420 again. And then let's see the inside. Oh, this is pretty. And then it also comes with a sponge as well. So this is what the powder looks like, as y'all can see. Super, super pretty. And I do want to point out that in the store, I did try shade 430 as well, because she did swatch 420 and 430 on me. And 430 was too deep on my skin. 420 was just perfect. So we'll see what it looks like on the skin as well. Now, I don't know if I should use a dense brush first. I think I'm going to start off with a dense brush and then move into a more fluffy brush, just dependent on the coverage. So let's grab some of this powder and see what it looks like on the skin. So at first it was looking a little bit red, but then it kind of just melted into my skin. But let me come up close, because so far I really like the way it looks. It's very, very smooth. So hopefully y'all are seeing this on camera. But it looks good. Like, let's compare this side, which has no foundation, no nothing on it actually, and then this side as well. I think it's a good match for my skin. Now let's try the forehead as well. Let's see what this looks like. I'm just happy because it's not, you know, too yellow or too deep. Like, you never know with powders. Sometimes with powders, they do want to go a shade down or shade up, because they know a lot of people use powders to set their foundation. So there's no need for it to be as deep as the regular foundation, if that makes sense. Typically, it's a little bit lighter. So I'm glad that it's not too light for the skin. It's a little bit red, but it doesn't look bad. So let me come up close so y'all can see what it looks like between the two sides. Mind you, I don't have any foundation on this side, and this side I do have the powder foundation, and it still looks really good, you guys. Like, I'm loving the way it looks on the skin. It is very, very natural and super beautiful. More beautiful than I thought, because you guys know the loose powder they had. I love that powder, but I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit too drying on the skin. This one doesn't feel like that. It still sets your face, and it's a matte powder, but it's not drying on the skin, which I do appreciate. So let's go ahead and do the other side. So what I'm going to do now is actually set my under eyes using my Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder, just to add a little bit more life to my under eyes, because right now everything's like one tone. And then while I'll set it, I will say one thing about the Fenty powder that I really like, you guys, is it has a lot of coverage, because using my chin area and then like my, you know, cheek, of course, I know I added a little bit of foundation, but I didn't add too much, so I can kind of still see, like, you know, the dark marks peeking through. But with this powder, it just completely made everything look flawless. Like, I don't see any dark marks, any hyperpigmentation. Like, it looks really, really nice. But let me set the under eyes. And then also what I was thinking about doing is, for this video specifically, I'm not going to add any bronzer, highlighter, like all that extra stuff. I just want you guys to focus on the powder today and see how it performs. I'm not even setting my face as well, because I want to see how this powder really holds up throughout the day and give you guys an accurate, you know, final result, opinion. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Basically, just give you guys my final thoughts on the powder, you know, by the end of the wear test. I know I said I wasn't going to be extra, but I still want to add some blush, okay? Just, you know, just to add a little bit more life. So I'm using my e.l.f. Always Spicy blush right here, just to add a bit of color to the cheeks. Nothing crazy at all, because right now I feel like I look super flat. So this will bring some life onto my face. So you guys, this is a completed look. I know it's super basic, but I do want to focus on the powder today. And it's currently 9 o'clock right now in the morning. So what I'm going to do is go about my day. You guys know how this goes. And then I will come back a couple hours later and let you know how this, powder holds up on the skin. And y'all know I've been doing makeup for a long time, so I can tell you right away how it's going to perform. And so far, my initial opinion is it's going to last a long time on the skin. It is a matte powder, and it does have, a little bit of coverage as well. So far, so good, but I'll see you guys in a couple hours. All right, so I'm back and it's currently 3 o'clock right now. So it's been about 6 hours, I want to say 6 hours, 30 minutes. And this is what my face looks like, you guys. So when it comes to a foundation, there's 3 main things I look for. The first one is if it oxidizes. And with this one, I will say it does get a little bit dark, but it's not like a full-on, oxidization. Let me sound this out. Oxidization. It's such a tongue twister, but basically it doesn't full on oxidize. It just gets a little bit darker, but it does match me a lot better, I feel like, so it's not terrible. Okay, so that's the first thing. And then number 2, if I get super oily with the foundation, I will say everywhere else still looks pretty good. I am getting a little bit dewy, but it's nothing crazy at all. Of course, my nose is where I always get super oily no matter what product I use, so I did expect that. And then the last thing I do watch out for is if my foundation does break down. And I do have the mirror right here so I can see up close what everything looks like. And typically I get super oily on my nose and on my chin, and the foundation hasn't broken down at all. But let me dab my nose really quickly because it looks super shiny in the viewfinder, and then I'll tell you guys my final thoughts on the powder itself. But overall, you guys, I will say I love this powder, and it really surprised me because when it comes to a lot of pressed powders out there, I don't get impressed because a lot of them out there are just basic. That's just being honest. But with this one, it does have a lot of coverage. It is matte, but it's not super drying. It looks beautiful on the skin, and it gives you a nice filter. And then also, I went out and I wore my mask a couple times, and my foundation didn't break down. It didn't, look bad at all. Everything just still looks really good. And it controlled my oil as well, beside my nose, of course. So all in all, you guys, I will say this foundation is beautiful on the skin, and I do recommend it. The only thing is you do have to go in the store and figure out your shade. Like I did mention, it does oxidize just a little bit, so you may have to go a shade down or, whatever your preference is, but just keep that in mind. But yeah, I'm kind of impressed, you guys. I wasn't expecting this, okay? And I almost forgot, you guys, because I'm thinking this would be a great video idea, but let me know down below. So you guys know I love my Makeup Forever matte velvet powder, and I was kind of thinking if I should do a side-by-side comparison with this one and do a video on it. So let me know down below because that's my next idea I have in mind, and I think you guys will like that. But yeah, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I really did have so much fun. I know a lot of you guys are ready to see this review test, so let me go ahead and edit this really quickly and post it for you guys. But I love you guys so much. Make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one.